become important at a certain point. Good morning, everybody. You will be joining me today as I prepare to defend my Arnold Strongman Classic title for the third time in a row, going for the four-peat. Today's a big deadlift day, and I'm gonna take you through a day in the life of preparing to continue to be the strongest man in the world.
Mitchell Hooper of Canada. Incredibly close. Here come the moves.
To the outside world, strongman is just heavy lifting. But the reality of a four-time Arnold Classic campaign is much quieter. It starts in the kitchen, not the gym. This start to my day is the foundation to the 900-pound deadlift I have to move later today.
Everyone is gone, it's about 8:30. That means I get my food in now. I have my food all on the fridge with my supplements because it's too much to keep track of. So, breakfast time, then get ready for the day. Work starts in half an hour, and then we'll get to it. Alrighty. Right, breakfast. We've got oats with protein powder, pineapple, sourdough bread with butter. I'm gonna put some extra salt on that as well. 4 hard-boiled eggs. It's nice. Those little bits of time at the beginning of the day, it's like the most intentional time I generally get with the girls. And it's nice to take advantage of that, especially when Peyton will go through phases where like I'm her favorite, Ash is her favorite. She wants nothing to do with Ash, she wants nothing to do with me. So when you get those moments where they're like, they want you, and like that reading the Moosey book has started like 3 or 4 days ago. But now she's got like a thing she does on every page of the book, and she repeats some, and just get those bits of interaction, which is really special. I went outside. There, standing by his treehouse, was a large, enormous moose. Luke looked at it and yelled, "Moose!" You missed a dance party before you got here. We were having a dance party to the elephant song and to the Sleeping Bunnies song. So it's good. Kids, they just bring like a whole different energy to your life. You wouldn't act that silly otherwise, but it gives you like an excuse. Kind of like how a dog gives you an excuse to go for a walk. Toddlers give you an excuse to just act stupid and like a kid again. And there's no greater joy than like when Peyton is laughing. One thing I do that I don't even think the team knows that I do, when it comes up to shows and prep, I'll make all of the reasons that if I do these things, I deserve to win, and I track myself every single day. So you can see in the morning, I've got take my drugs and supplements, I've got mobility for hips, shoulders, hamstrings, Theragun, and then take a couple of my supplements, my 2 secret ones. Then daily, I have 3 by 90-second bike sprints, 6 liter water, 5 minutes of core work, 10 grams of creatine, 4 ketone IQs, red light therapy. And in the evening, have I got all my calories? Am I in bed by 9:45? And Theragun my whole body in the evening as well. And if I do all of those things, which are pretty reasonable, don't take too much time, I say, based on what I did that day, I deserve to win. And so this morning, you can see I've got my drugs, like my telmisartan and my aspirin. Those are all good, I've taken those. My Theragun, I've already done. And then we're gonna go down after breakfast and do the mobility, but I'll fill this out as the day goes on. And if I could do all of these things, then I'm doing what I need to do to deserve to win. I started this up a year and a half ago, and it's been really useful, just really nice system and process to know you're committing and you're being consistent, and that internal confidence that you're doing what you need to do to deserve to win.
This is the plan. Yeah, exactly. Takes away like.
There is a misconception that professional athletes just train and sleep, but strongman is a business. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., I'm not an athlete, I'm a CEO, managing the coaching, the clinic, the content. It all takes mental bandwidth. The challenge isn't just physical recovery, it's about compartmentalizing the stress of running a company so it doesn't bleed into the training session.
I think people overcomplicate meal prep and how much time it needs to take. Because if I didn't have beef cooked, I've got raw beef right there, and I could cook it up in like maybe 5 minutes. So 5 minutes in pre-made rice, all good to go. So I don't find it that difficult. It's just, you gotta get really comfortable with eating on the move if you're trying to do everything properly. A lot of this convenience is just having all of my stuff right in the spot that I need it, always. When I get disorganized, everything falls apart quick, because then even something as simple as having my pre-workout, yeah, that's generally how I measure it. If it's not where I expect it to be, then I gotta go to my car. Is it there? Is it in the gym downstairs? That's what can get me really stuffed up.
As the clock ticks down to the max effort, the switch has to flip. I can't walk into the gym with a business brain. I need to reset the system. Recovery isn't something that happens after the workout, it starts before. This is where I shift focus from the laptop to the body.
It's time to start my pre-lift routine. I'm in my underwear, and I'm about to show you why. This is one of my secrets. This guy is my RLT home. This is red light therapy. It's really surprising the strength of the evidence that red light therapy has. It increases the ATP that your mitochondria can produce. Therefore, you have more energy. Now, this has been really well researched in terms of recovery and injury repair, but I've been using this pre-workout to increase the amount of energy I have to actually go train. So I'll spend 15 minutes in here before I train to be able to get the most. Now, this in particular is RLT Home. I released a video several months ago highlighting this product and actually tested out a whole bunch of different products and the wavelengths they have, because the wavelengths are really important. And RLT came out on top in a massive way. Now, you don't need a big full body red light therapy tool like I have. It's a little bit over the top, but there are several scaled down options that are much more reasonable and local. So if you're trying to recover from injury or perform your best, it can be a really good option. So RLT partnered up with me after that video, and I now have a link for you down below. Go ahead and check that out. One of my tools, and one of the very few things that I do that's over the top in order to optimize my performance and recovery that's not in the norm. So I'm gonna pop in here 15 minutes, and then we're gonna head off to the gym.
We're maybe an hour out from my biggest lift. It's a half-hour drive to the gym for me, and I really like that. It gets me in the right headspace. I like training around other people. I love when the gym is busy. I'd prefer it busy because I'm around other motivated people, and I find that contagious, even if they're not other strength athletes. Now, the one little secret that I told you guys I was going to reveal in the car that's a bit controversial is on my heaviest days, and only on my heaviest days, and only once a week, because if you do any more, the benefit deteriorates substantially, I'll pop in a few nicotine pouches. Like it or not, the research is pretty good in non-users using it for performance. And so once a week for me, it keeps you in the non-user category. It gives you the stimulus you're looking for. And physiologically, nicotinic adrenergic receptors are everywhere along the neural pathways to cause muscular contraction. And it has a really interesting benefit. Just in the same way as being 330 pounds is not healthy, I don't believe taking them on a regular basis is healthy. I don't think taking them on a short-term basis is healthy, but my goal isn't health, my goal is performance. And a lot of you guys, your goal is performance as well, but you have to accept to perform your best, you make some health consequences, some health sacrifices, and where you exist on that spectrum is really important. So I'm trying to win a world title, so I'll take a couple of risks that I wouldn't advise the average middle-aged or young person trying to be healthy to take, and that's one of them. But I do believe that it makes a few percent difference, which in my case is a massive result and something important, and I have to take all of those little things, compound them, and then that's how I can be the best at what I do.
So for your pre-workout meal, is this something that you're always eating on the go, or do you try to take some time usually and sit down and eat it and digest it? Or do you find you're always flying?
Always on the go. It's almost always in the car. The exception will be if I'm training at home. But if I'm eating before I train at home, it's like doing some emails and stuff. It's never perfectly timed out. And that's a good thing, not physiologically, but psychologically, to not have these really set in stone routines. I could have this half an hour before I train, I could have it 2 hours before I train, and it's okay. And that makes me much more flexible on comp day. That I don't have these things that I feel like I need to do at certain times. You just got to get in at some point.
So what does a 4P at the Arnold mean to you?
I think at this point it's a negative motivation, not a positive. Negative in that I have more energy and excitement surrounding don't lose. And if I do what I can, I will win. So if I don't win, it means that I've messed something up, and I don't like that. And that's really my thoughts, my driving forces, my driving factors. I have 3 Louis Cyr trophies. Having a 4th Louis Cyr trophy, does that change my life considerably? No. But I think when I look back on my career and the things that I'm proud of, finishing something strong is really important to me. And it's something I haven't proved to myself as much as I'd want to in my life.
I often get asked about reactions I get in a commercial gym, and to be honest, I don't really pay too much attention, so my team got the answers while I got ready to train. Before talking to the gym staff though, there's someone who knows me best that might have some funny insight into my life.
What's the funniest thing Mitchell does that regular people wouldn't expect?
The funniest thing he does.
It's huge.
These are hard questions. The funniest thing that you regularly do that people wouldn't expect. He sings a lot and you dance a lot. That's probably the funniest, is just dancing a lot. Sorry, it's a bit boring, but.
And then
Dancy dude?
But dance all the time.
Yeah, he dances all the time.
And then next question, what's the most normal pet peeve that you have that Mitchell does?
Most normal pet peeve that he chews his nails. He chews his nails constantly. We call it tubing, and I have to be like, stop tubing, just stop. But I used to buy the nail polish, it's like bitter tasting, but it doesn't work, so.
I've gotten used to it myself.
Yeah, he just doesn't work.
And then what's the biggest difference you notice about Mitchell privately versus publicly?
And privately with them, he's like gushy, like very, very gushy. And then publicly, obviously, he's a bit more like presentable. But yeah, you put a little kid in front of him or his children and he's like mush, right?
And then the last question, would you say living with Mitchell is kind of like Peter Parker?
No, because he's kind of the same in both. So no, I wouldn't say that. No, it's fun though. I like it.
Do you notice when Mitchell is around?
You can hear sometimes the heavy weights slamming on the ground that you know that only Mitch is able to lift. And also he's just a big enough dude where he's not exactly hiding behind anything.
What's it like having a world champion training in the gym?
Loud.
Loud?
Yeah, oh yeah. The amount of times I'll hear a dumbbell or anything and it's just immediate, it's okay, yeah, Mitch is here.
What is it like having Mitchell as a world champion training in the gym?
It's actually pretty cool because I've never actually witnessed that in a gym setting. I've gone to World Gym, I've gone to LA, and it's not the norm. It's not something you typically see. So it's pretty cool to have a celebrity around.
How do you notice when Mitchell's around?
His personality and laughter and joy that you hear throughout the gym.
Is it loud?
Yes, always.
How do you find your clients react to having Mitchell in the same training space as them?
I think they're indifferent. Some of them enjoy it. It's a bit of an oddity.
Yeah.
I think it's motivating, but yeah, for most people, I think he's kind of scary. So I think in a good way. I think it would be motivating. You know, a lot of clients will look over their shoulder when he's doing a big lift and kind of inquire what's that weight or how does he do that or who is he? And then once they get kind of an idea of who he is, they're shocked. So.
All right, checking out training for today. We've got 1 set of 1 deadlifts at 410 kilos. Then we got 2 sets of 5 snatch grip deadlifts at 290. That will be really hard. And then grip work afterwards. Behind the back holds 3 sets of 20 seconds with 180 kilos. That sounds good, very intense, very low volume, exactly what you would expect for this time of prep. So building up to that works out to just over 900 pound deadlift. Should be shouldn't be too hard today. We should be able to knock that out relatively smooth. Nice. That was a pretty easy double overhand for me. Really good. Just grip until I throw the straps in, just to train it a little bit ancillary. I've got grip later today, but I find it a good practice to just always be touching grip strength. Clips become important at a certain point, and that point is apparently now. On a good day, when it feels right, it feels together. It doesn't feel like your legs are working, your back's working. You can't feel a muscle. When you're working at maximum effort, it should just feel hard. You shouldn't really be able to describe it's this muscle or I feel effort here. When everything's working together and it's a cohesive unit of muscles working to lift the weight, that's how you know it's gonna be a good day. The biggest mistake I see people in the gym make when they're trying to get a big deadlift is that their legs aren't strong enough. That's gonna be the limiting factor. I think leg press and squats are two of the best accessory exercises for deadlift. It's a combination of a leg press and an isometric back extension. That's what's gonna get the weight moving and have it feel that solid feeling. So I would say the biggest mistake is not building the foundation of strong legs and continually trying to push the deadlift, because your ceiling is always gonna be limited without strong legs. I would look at, if someone's deadlift's been stuck for months, I look at broader programming. You can only plug away trying to increase a lift for so long before it's law of diminishing returns, and you're not gonna be getting progress forever. And that's why there's coaches, that's why there's philosophies. So if it's been stuck for a little while, it's time to go higher reps, do some different variations like a snatch grip, which I'll do after these, like a pause deadlift, or doing a big block of squats and leg press and getting away from deadlifts altogether. Things can get stale, and when they get stale, you will forever get stuck. 3 cues for the average person for deadlift, I would say big brace. In every video you hear that, and I squeeze my stomach as hard as I can. That's number 1. Number 2 is keep the bar close to you, and number 3 is be patient. It's never gonna move as fast as you think it's going to, and so hold that position and think about putting in effort to the bar while maintaining your position. If you can do that, then you're not only gonna deadlift more weight, but you're gonna deadlift safer as well. The rest times have to be so long to reset the nervous system and to do things safely. The longer you rest, the more you're gonna be able to lift in the next set, and the more you can lift in the next set, the more you're conditioning yourself. And so when we talk about a 3-hour strongman session, oftentimes it's not 3 hours of sweating out of breath hard. Oftentimes it's doing a set and resting for 10, 15, 20 minutes, because that's what it's gonna take to get back down to baseline to be able to put in good work again. And if you don't take that rest time, you're gonna compromise on form. That then leads to inefficiencies, injuries, poor performance. Ooh. A little bit harder than it should have been, but got it done anyway. That's not bad. It's between 415 and 420. It's okay. 700 like that is really good for me. Wow. Capable of more as well. That's really good. So that to me, it's like top end strength still needs to build a bit, but my capacity for heavy weight right now is really, really good. So that base, then as you peak up, super positive indication that I've got more top end strength as we work through the block. But that's deadlifts, on to a bit of grip training, and that's the workout for today. Literally like 6 sets, like 2 minutes of effort. That's it. That's a strongman training session. That's how you deadlift over 900 pounds. All right, 3 sets, 20 seconds. Grip is so mental. If I have 20 seconds in my head, it's sort of like at 20, I'm kind of done. Hurts, I wouldn't say hurt's the right word, but the whole time you're just trying to fight it crawling out your fingers. Oh, 12. Grip fatigue is real. It's a real big nervous system thing, especially after doing heavy deadlifts. So last set, 10-second goal will be a big challenge.
Quiet on set. Oh, it worked.
All right, we got one more thing to do before the day is over. Big deadlift session, finished up with the best part of the day. Short drive. We'll see you in a minute. Oh. Whoa. Dad time. Not all sunshine and rainbows. We are not happy. Wish me luck. If you have a toddler, you know. Okay, we gotta go.